Okay, so I want to make this pretty short and to the point. I'm not going to go super in depth with this game. Is God of War Ragnarok the best or worst in the series? I think it's somewhere in the middle. It's very average. It's not what the hype was built up to be. It didn't deliver, right, in my opinion. Right? If you think God of War Ragnarok is the greatest God of War game, get yourself checked out. Right? Because it's not, okay? It's not bad, but it ain't great either. So here's the thing. For me, at the beginning, when it started out, it's super exciting. You're getting back into the world. Your expectations are really high, and you're thinking like a lot of stuff is gonna go down, and it somewhat did. But let's be honest, Freya was like a fly, just one of those annoying bugs that you kind of like try to get rid of. And then the meeting with Thor and Odin, Odin shows up. He looks like that one guy from Game of Thrones with an eye patch.
You know who I am?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
His voice, mannerisms, everything, he kind of gave me a Peter Baelish kind of little finger guy from Game of Thrones as well. Give me that vibe, right? And you get no type of intimidation from this guy. Like, neither of these characters, neither Thor or Odin, lived up to any of the lore or stories we heard about them in the previous game. I was just disappointed when Kratos and Thor started going ham, bro. They started like punching at the shit out of each other and all of that, right? I was like, yo, this is pretty cool. And then yo, Thor one-shots this man with a bonk on his head, and Kratos died. And then he brought him back, talking shit about, oh, I'm not done with you yet. Bro, I get that they wanted this to be a super hyped moment, but it really, really sucked. We saw Kratos take much harder hits than that in the past, right? And they could have done better. They could have like sent Kratos flying into a wall on some like Omni-Man level shit. I'm not sure, but they could have made it look a lot better and a lot more intimidating than just a bonk on the head, right? But yeah, these are my personal thoughts on the game, and just for 100% transparency, I did not actually play the game. I watched this video, which is like 7 hours of just the story. I did that with the first game as well because I'm a huge God of War fan, but I'm not going to buy a console just to play this game. I'm a PC player, and when it came out for PC, I was tempted to get it, but I already watched the entire story, so I didn't play the previous one either. Right, so I know some people are going to be like, oh, how can you judge the game? Listen, I'm not talking about gameplay. This isn't a gameplay video. This is just story, what I'm talking about. And it was fucking disappointing, right? It just is what it is. Spoilers from this point on if you haven't played the game. If you don't care, then just continue. The thing about Tyr finding out where he was, I guess that was kind of clever on Odin's part, but he didn't use it well at all. He was in disguise the entire time listening to their plans. He had multiple opportunities to fuck them up in different ways. He could have picked them off one by one, or I don't know, maybe send them off to places, teleport them with the birds to places like far away from each other. I don't know, you could have done better than just kill Brock.
Things, and I'll show you. You ain't got no things. And where are you going with that map, Brock? That belongs to the kid. He earned it. All you done was make passable dirt soup.
Brock, it's okay.
No, it ain't. Hey! I'm talking to you! You never shut up!
Because Brock figured it out. It's like, what? Wasn't he cooking their food? Wasn't he like... Isn't there like some type of ancient super poison he could have used on everyone? Like, come on, they could have done better with this, reveal of Tyr being Odin, right? It wasn't a big shock for me because Tyr was fucking useless anyway, so it didn't really matter too much. Anyway, what else was like super disappointing in that? Oh yeah, the final fight between Thor and Kratos was also disappointing because at that point he was going back into his old ways, drinking a lot of alcohol. All he does is get into a bar fight and that's about it, right? I don't see the cruelty and all of this the Legends of Thor. I don't see none of these things, and it was just a letdown. That's all it was. I really wish that they had used Thor to show a clear contrast between how Kratos used to be and how he is now. And because he's trying to be more peaceful and all of this, he's trying to be like, you know, not the monster that he was. He would lose the fight between someone that is currently still in that monstrous mindset. If you get what I'm saying. I think anyone who follows shows that have good writing, or anime or movies that have good writing, you kind of get where I'm coming from. They could have used Thor in a much better way, but instead we got this cheesy fight where it's like, oh no, I don't want any violence with you. It's all about the next generation and our kids, and we have to think about them. And then Thor, you know, forgets that Kratos killed his both kids and Balder, right? And Heimdall. You know, it's disappointing, right? And the worst part of it all is Odin just comes along and one-shots this man, right? And you get no type of intimidation from this guy. Like, they don't add any effect to his voice. You would think that he would have like a monstrous side, that's the reason why Thor would stay in line, you know, because he probably knows that Odin could one-shot him. But they don't show it at all. Odin comes off as that one teacher that would tell you, oh yo, it's perfectly fine if you go to the restroom, and then call the principal and tell them, hey yo, this dude's ducking class, call him on the intercoms, like embarrass him, right? Send him to the office, give him detention, you know, like that's the vibe that I get from Odin. Odin was not intimidating at all, bro. Right? And honestly, yo, young Kratos would demolish these people, right? Like, young Kratos would, like, it would be zero contest. Any OG or God of War fan would be able to attest to this. Young Kratos would fold all of these motherfuckers, zero difficulty. Okay, maybe a little bit of difficulty for what's his face, Thor, but that's about it, right? Listen, if you'll agree with my thoughts on the new God of War game, like the video, leave a comment of the stuff you also found that could have been better in the game. And if you disagree, then that's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna debate you on any of this, right? I'm not gonna like be in the comments arguing with you over a video game. This is just my personal thoughts. If you agree, it's cool. If you don't, then I don't really fucking care, right? But yeah, it just could have been so much better, and I was just disappointed. Again, it's not a bad game, but it definitely ain't great either. Anyway, if you spent $70 on this game and you had fun, then that's all that matters. You got your money's worth. But if you're someone that's really into stories like me, into watching stuff that has a good story, then I think you would be disappointed, especially if you spent $70 on this. So it just is what it is. I hope you all are enjoying the game. If you know, just leave your comments or whatever. Have a great fucking day later.